we begin?
Let's begin now. Let's begin now.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Manta ITX Game, and I'm looking at one of the best budget enthusiast towers that you can find for sub $100. This is, of course, my opinion, but if you're looking for something that's pretty awesome, then you probably know the name Inwin. You probably know the name Inwin for two reasons, either because they're expensive and they have something you want, or because you've already heard about the Inwin 303. What makes this tower so great from Inwin? It has tempered glass. You don't find tempered glass just anywhere on any tower. Usually you pay a premium for it, but they managed to do this in a more budget-oriented way that's a little easier in your pocket. So for sub $100, about the price of $89.99 on Newegg, then you can pick this tower up, and you might be very happy with it or not. I'm not sure. If you've never tried Inwin, I can tell you right now, they're probably one of the better brands on the market, but usually cost a lot more money. Anyways, I think they did a great job on this. It's just a nice, good, solid, boxy feel for a tower, and I like that. I like some of the things that they've implemented in it, and they're bringing back the top-mounted power supply with this case. So where I usually in the past would be like, I don't like top-mounted power supplies, they did a great job with this. Instead of a basement, it's got an attic, and it's got a perforated attic. A great place for you to put the power supply. You'll set it vertically, which could be nice if you wanted to show it off. Otherwise, most people will probably put three 120 fans up here. If you don't do that, it can accommodate a 360 millimeter radiator at the top. And if you didn't want to do that, then you can do your liquid cooling right here in the back with a 120 millimeter radiator. Now this tower is pretty special for a lot of reasons. It's probably one of the most innovative designs. While it doesn't look like it's this big fancy innovative thing, it really is. Your mounting options in here are pretty limitless. You can put stuff all over the place inside. Now it's not some fully modular cooler master case or whatever, but it is quite easy to work with, and you've got plenty of cable management room in the back. So if you needed to run stuff through there and come down through the back, you can easily do that. Where Inwin saved some of the money, I'm sure though, is by their not that inclusive package, where you get pretty much everything you need. It's not a lack of anything, but you get, you know, zip ties. It doesn't come in a fancy box. You know, it doesn't, you know, you don't have all the massively amazing things. You have your standoffs, you have your screws to mount stuff with, you have a standoff key in case you accidentally put one in sideways and can't get the motherboard to mount right. And it can accommodate up to an extended ATX motherboard. For a mid-sized tower, this is pretty impressive to me. The 360 millimeter radiator that you can put at the top, that's also a pretty impressive feature to me. This entire tower is encompassing of everything enthusiast grade to me without the price, and that's an awesome thing. Now, the lack of the rubber grommets, I understand that, especially to keep the price as low as possible to pass on to good consumers that want to build great. Then you have to understand that there are some compromises with the tower itself. The steel tower is SECC steel, and that's say the word for me. Electro galvanized steel, which is one of the standards, SGCC, SECC, so on and so forth. What that pretty much means is if you wanted to paint this, do a little of your own stencil work or anything on the white part of it, then this is a great tower in order to do that. So if you're somewhat of a modder, kind of a mid-range modder, you're not looking to put like crazy things and make it all, you know, super movie awesome, then you can do simple things like painting the sides of it. This could go over really well for you if that's something you're interested in. It's very easy to paint, very easy to work with. Some of the things that I do like about it, other than the other things I liked about it that I mentioned, you got two USB 3.0s in the front, you got two USB 2.0s in the front, you got your audio jack with neutral colors. They've got the blue outline that kind of highlight the, depending on what color case you pick, which I got the white with the blue and it has the blue Inwin logo on it. as well as the power button will light up blue. But, you know, they kept it so that it's not so weird. I know you've seen those ones that have like the weird pink and red, and it just kind of takes away from the color scheme of the whole tower, and it's sort of ugly. But they did a good job keeping this as flat as they could to make it match the entire design. Some of the simplest features of it are taking off the front and the back in order to work inside of it. With the front, you have this nice plastic lever switch here that you just kind of push down, pull forward, and you can pull the entire thing off simply. Then you just set it back in the slots, you'll put it back on here, and you'll close it like that. On the back, it's similar but different. You have two thumb screws here at the top. You just twist them a little bit, and you can pull it off, and it's the same thing. It's really easy to open, to get inside, and to work with. That being said, too, we'll move on here and take a look at this, because I really thought this was a great feature if I can easily get my fingers on it. So we have a removable dust filter, and this might be making a lot of noise on that microphone right there. I apologize. A nice, easy removable dust filter. So if you featured anything at the bottom, if you wanted to put a radiator at the bottom, if you wanted to put fans at the bottom, of course they're going to get dirty over time, whether they're a push-pull configuration. So, you know, this is nice to have. Now, it's not as fine as some of the ones I've seen before, so some dust will probably get through, but it's a nice inclusion, especially for the price of this tower. You're looking at, you know, this is something that I wouldn't have expected. I didn't think was a necessary thing to put with the already low price on the tower. So I'm already feeling at this point with what it costs that you're getting a really good deal for what you pay, and it's pretty incredible. So, you know, I don't have too much more that I could say good or bad about it. I do like the fact that it has these nice feet on the bottom right down here, which have a little bit of a rubber pad on them. So if you were to set them on a floor like mine, you don't have to worry about it scratching if you slide it or move it, anything like that. Just little thoughtful things like that I come to find to be nice inclusions in an otherwise premium tower for such a good price. And I couldn't recommend this enough if you're interested in it. And if you really are interested in it, then just stay tuned, because if I make it to 1,000 subscribers, you can enter and win this along with the devices that I put inside of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Get subscribed. If you have any questions, just post them down below. If I didn't cover anything, I'll be sure to go over it as best I can in whatever detail I can. If there's anything in particular that I missed, if there's anything you have concerns about with this tower, let me know and I'll be sure and answer it. I don't like to make my videos too long, therefore I kind of cut out in my mind some of the things that do and don't need to be said. So like I said, just get in touch with me if you have any questions about it. I'd be glad to answer it. You guys have a great night, day, whatever it is, and I'll see you in the next video I do.
I said, do you like mashed potatoes?
I love mashed potatoes.
Baked mashed potatoes?
It used to be a quick meal for me. If I was really hungry, just boil some water in it and let it boil. Just heat it up, put some milk, butter.
I would say I'd use one of those and put it all in the microwave, heat it up, and I have the potatoes.
Oh, we totally are recording.